What is cracking, brainiacs? Yeah, man. You guys ready for tonight? I know I am, no doubt about it. It's gonna be an interesting night. Interesting night. It is Friday night interview night. Tonight we were joined with a very interesting character I was introduced to by the fellas there on the Out of the Box podcast. This man is definitely got a journey to share with you. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk about the journey and the life of Derrell Milbauer. What this man never expected happened. That's right. Don't go anywhere, brainiac. Share this broadcast. Share this podcast. We're going to talk with an experiencer and a multi-dimensional contactee, Mr. Derrell Milbauer. Guys, share this broadcast. Share this podcast everywhere you can. Hang tight. What do you say, brainiacs? You guys ready? It's time. It's showtime, brains. That's right. It's Matrix time. And it's go time. Welcome aboard, everybody. Let's go. We're going to talk about ufology, conspiracy, controversy, and anything and everything that we can get into tonight. Let's go. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Mr. William Garrison says, look out, man. Here we go again. Yeah. Gotta get up, right? Miss Barbara Borcher's in the house. Yeah. Tina Daly, Miss Lisa Ayo. It's definitely your show. Your show, and we appreciate you for being here. Buckle up, everybody. Oh, yeah. Welcome aboard. Ah, brainiacs. No doubt about it. Welcome aboard. Oh my God! Before I go to the next screen, I'm just gonna kind of ask you, right? I'm gonna ask you guys. You guys know I'm not really a UFO. I'm a UFO enthusiast. I love to talk about this subject. I myself am not really. I don't believe a contactee. I don't believe I'm a multi-dimensional experiencer. How many of you guys believe in UFOs? Because I do believe that this man truly didn't really want to have the experience that he's having, but nevertheless, he's experiencing it. Okay? And tonight, Daryl's going to share that with us. So let's go over here real quick and get a hold of Mr. Derrell. There we go. Mr. Derrell Milbauer, welcome to the Matrix, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good, Matt. It's an honor to be on your show, sir. You know.
It's good to have you here. Don't call me sir. I'm Matthew. Oh. Just like this. Matthew. Just call me, yeah.
Humble and respectful.
It is awesome to have you here, dude. This is a topic the ufology community has, to be honest with you, the photos that you sent me, I could not, I sat with you, just me, and we're going through them slowly. And dude, you've got so many photos. Absolute mind-blowing photos of I had to limit it to like maybe 30 in a gallery because you've got endless photos, bro.
Got a lot of them.
Yes, sir.
I had this dream when I was about 5-6 years old. I remember it like it was last night. It was I was standing on a frozen mountaintop with a person who was in a white military uniform. There was a bridge that went over to the other mountaintop, and it was damaged. And there were some things that I need to do and fix before I can cross this bridge. And I've never forgot that. When I get about 50 years old, I had this other, I've been having powerful dreams all my life. But this night, they come to me and showed me a photo of a flying saucer with the emblem on the bottom of it. It showed me a vision that I'm standing out in the open field and I don't see nothing. I look up to my right and raise my camera and take a picture. And when I look down at that camera, I seen something on the bottom of this flying saucer. And I said these words, "I got your ass." And I wake up. Thought about this dream every day since then. And about 3 months later, me and a friend of mine goes to this Indian battleground. It's called Cherokee Chief Bowls Indian Battleground. And it's between Ben Wheeler and Tyler, Texas, and Redland. This is where the last battle, there was about 800 Indians killed out here. This day, my friend and I going down to the trail. We get down there and I didn't even have the camera to even do this. I mean, 2 weeks after I had that dream, my friend come and just gives me the camera. Well, this day I'm using the camera on the cell phone to do like a documentary of the terrain around me. I did a 360 photo take on the phone at like a 45-degree angle of the sky, full circle, bring it down to the forest and do a 360 full photo take of the forest around me. I seen one thing. It looked like probably about 10-foot circle. And it was kind of golden color. And I thought it had something to do with weather. Now, 2 hours later, I'm in Ben Wheeler in my little favorite coffee shop. And I'm flipping through the photos. And I see this flying saucer. And I thought it was a booger on the lens. I tried to rub it off. I realized it wasn't. Right. So I spread the lens apart, and I could see the bottom of the flying saucer clear as day. There was two of them, and one that was on the right side didn't look quite right, but there was an orb next to the photo of the good flying saucer, and you could barely see it. So what I've done is I darkened the photo with the filter on the phone. I think it's called Drama 3 or Drama 2. And when I did this, the flying saucer on the right side changed big time.
It just popped, right? Is that what you're saying? It just popped out?
It popped out, man, and I could see what I seen in my dream. Then at the same time, underneath these flying saucers, I had white rectangles floating in a circle all the way around me. I got a 360 photo take of all this. I was in the big middle of all of this.
Hey, let's back up for a little bit. Take us back to your young age, okay? Young. Let's start there, Derrell. You just literally jumped into that bridge thing. Go back to the you being young and first having the dreams and the experiences that you did. Bring us up to date. Who's Derrell? I mean, you're just again, not ego to you're just a nobody, just a nobody like myself. Didn't really need to have the experience, didn't really want to have the experience, but kind of like, right? Help me here.
It was like I was chosen when I was young.
All right. How?
I had kids in school come up to me and tell me they seen me in their dreams. And I happened to have blonde hair and blue eyes. And because of that happened, I thought everybody was dreaming.
You locked up, so you're gonna have to do your screen here again. You locked up on us. There you go. There you go.
I had a bad problem about not looking people in the eyes when I was a kid. And I didn't want them to read my mind. In 50 years, I wondered, why was I that way when I was a kid? Well, now I know, because when it comes to eye contact with these aliens, it's over. All your opportunities to fight is done.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Looking them in the eye.
Well, if I see them coming at me, but when they get close enough that I can make eye contact with them, it's like that's the end of the dream. I don't remember nothing else. And after that, I remember like being on a table and it's like I'm paralyzed, and I'm trying to not look this thing in the eyes, and it finally when I do, it's crazy things happen.
Now, this was when you were young, Derrell.
Yeah,
You've had these experience these dreams of laying on a table when you were young.
I another crazy thing when I was about 30 years old, a friend of mine, she was murdered, and this female alien come to me, and I guess she was trying to impersonate her, and she was letting me know my friend was in trouble, and I had thought about this person in 20 years, which me and her brother are real good friends, and I called him up about 2 weeks later, and we pick at each other, and he asked me if I heard anything about his sister, and I said no, and okay, something happened there, but anyway, yeah, she never was found. Yeah, I think these things were trying to tell me my friend was in trouble that night, and uh, they would these dreams would begin. Like my friends will live. One lived in Oklahoma. I've never been to his house. Another one lived in St. Louis, Missouri, and it's like when they come take me, my eyes is closed. I hear the name of my friend's house, and I open my eyes. It's like I can see it. I'm hovering, like I'm flying out in the front yard, looking at it, and flying to the house, see what color the carpet is. I mean, and I'm really accurate with all these dreams, and so I knew I was doing something. I just didn't know what, and I had no idea that it was the aliens. And so when I got like 50, and I had that dream about the Indian battleground, and I got those photos, I started, being as they showed me I did it one time, I kept on doing it. Been doing it for 10 years. And not long after I got the photos at the Indian battleground, I was over here in Martin's Mill with a friend of mine named Mike and Linda, about 10 o'clock. And Mike says, let's go out in the woods, and I'm gonna show you where me and my brothers would camp out at. And I'm all for this. I like walking around in the woods at night. And we're out there, and we walked probably about a quarter mile down an old top road. We took a left-hand turn, went up this dirt road about 100 yards, and there was a plowed field on the right and a thick forest on the left. And we were all about 6 foot apart and like in a triangle shape talking. And my friend Mike just looks up, and he just turns around, walks into the forest in the thickest part. And some of the places he had to get on his hands and knees and stomach to get under these briars and the barbed wire fence. And I'm standing there with his girlfriend thinking he'll come back in any time now. And we sat there for, 3-4 minutes and realized he's not coming back. So we started following. We didn't go the way he went. We had to go another way because I wasn't, crawling under all that stuff he did. And what I was doing, I was using my cell phone flash to light up the forest ahead of my lady friend. And when I did that, it lit up the forest good. And that's when I got a photo of the female alien and that animal. We walked right past it.
Well, let's go. you got images that you sent me of. Now, was the Indian bear the Cherokee battleground? Was that primarily your first start of actually taking photos of these beings, entities, whatever you want to call them?
About 2 weeks before that.
Let's share this. Let's go over here and share them this. Okay, so where are we at right here, Derrell? This is where it began, right?
Right there, Cherokee Chief Post Battleground. Yeah, various tribes of Indians, the last battle. And I don't think these guys got done right that day, personally. I'm really sympathetic to the Indian cause.
Me,
really.
I truly am too. When it comes to, well, dude, that's Cherokee, Blackfoot is my blood, so I'm definitely right there with you. I'm gonna scroll over here. What am I looking at here, buddy?
When the flying saucers were hovering above me, this is the white thing, rectangle. And I had a bunch of them floating in a circle all the way around me. And so I mean, what I got above me and what I got in the forest around me, And you know, I was in the big middle of something. I was very lucky. They gave me more than they showed me they were going to give me
Right.
with the around me in the forest. And yeah, they followed me home, man. So I got like several photos of those things and about 10 photos
These
that, you know,
definitely some
every one of them.
definitely some wild images. I mean, if zooming in on this, dude, you know, for real, this one little image here
Now, that,
is intense, bro. I mean,
yes, I mean, I was in the big middle of it, and this is in Texas, and I'm in
okay.
Bunker Hill, Illinois, and I got photos of the same rectangles above me going down the road. These things followed me all the way to Illinois from Texas.
When did you know, so after you had the experience there at the battleground, right, and you're taking pictures and you're seeing what the hell you're actually capturing, did that just like, I don't know, was that a fuel under your ass that just like you I've got to start taking photos, dude? You are full of photos. You are one of them, dude. You've got how many, out of curiosity, how many wildlife cameras do you got set up that snap?
I got 3 right now that works.
Right.
They gave me another one today, and I'm setting these trail cameras up around me in my truck, and I've got photos of orbs and stuff hovering above the cab of my truck.
Right.
And yeah, and yeah, it's happening all the time with me, and I'm meant to do this. They wanted me to tell this.
You're telling it, man. I mean, wherever you want to start. I just wanted everybody to get a background about your life, like you growing up. Did you see? Were you, besides the dreams? Were you interacting with any of these multidimensional? Did you have an imaginary friend? Hi, Kathy Pettit. Appreciate you. Thank you.
No, but I knew something was happening. I did not know. I knew something. I just did not know. Uh, but I had a lot of turmoil in my life. I did a lot of moving around when I was a kid. Always a new guy in school. Uh, Always having a fight. When I left me no other choice. You know, I had, you know, it was stressful.
Again, you're just a normal guy. This is why we said I never expected this to happen. That great again. This is a great topic for a great title. The journey of the life of you. I mean, you've never expected this to happen to you.
I thought it was this word called astral projecting, but
Okay.
did I find my friend's house in, you know, Oklahoma and St. Louis? You know, I would have had to ask for directions. So I figured maybe something was taking me and showing me this. But but when I got 50, yeah, you know, they let me know that I never had a dream. I just thought I was dreaming. Been them.
Damn. All right, I'm 48. Here in a couple of years, I will experience this stuff. I've seen, dude. I being a driver, being a tractor trailer driver, I have seen things in the sky I cannot explain. I think I've shared this with you a little bit. I have seen orbs. I have literally had a blue orb chase my semi truck down the highway in in Texas, down along the fence. It was a blue orb, about the size of the inside of a tractor trailer wheel. I seen it appear in my mirror across the fence. It ran, come across the fence, come across the middle. It was literally right beside of me. Okay, I've seen things. I've seen what I think to be planets. Weren't planets. It was as big as a planet for a minute, got small, shot away. Being a driver, a lot of us see things, but I have never been able to capture the shit that you've got. Let's go through some more of these images, buddy.
I've seen 3 flying saucers with my eyes on different days. I got this white cloud of smoke that comes up out of the ground or in my house. Actually, I got video of this white smoke manifesting in the room beside me.
Mm-hmm.
First time I seen this white smoke, I was a little kid, about 5 years old, living in Corsicana in Clyde English Trailer Park. The lights were out. The bathroom light was on. That's the reason I could see out into the hallway. And I'm on the top bunk looking into the hallway. And
You're locked up again.
yeah. And I seen this white cloud come up out of the floor in the hallway. And it floats in there to where I am at. And I get up on my hands and knees and on top bunk looking down into it. And I seen black eyes looking at me. I backed up to the wall and started screaming. And I screamed so much that night that my throat was sore the next day. That's the reason why I ain't never got this. But all my life, I wonder why mom and dad never heard me screaming. Because I got a big mouth. You're going to hear my big ass mouth. And they never heard me. But 50 years later, they come in my house and there was 4 of them. So I know that there were probably others in the room with mom and dad that night, and they never had a chance to wake up. And I think that's what happened. And they come in my house late one night. I just knew something was in my room. I sat up in the bed, and with tones, sounds, and frequencies that I can't feel or hear. But when it passes through my head, it makes my brain produce a chemical that puts me to sleep. That's how they kick your ass from across the room.
Okay.
And I set up second time. I know there's something in there. I black out again. And the third time, getting up, get up, fight, get up, man. There, and I black out again. And the third time, I never get up. It's over. But this night, next thing I know, I'm standing at the foot of my bed, and I'm looking down the hallway, and it's kind of like how you grab a cat behind his neck. You know how they will go kind of paralyzed or numb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm floating down the hallway really slow. My feet not touching the floor, and I get to the living room. I can see my doors wide open, and my truck's parked out in the driveway, and I can see out that door, see my truck, and I got a yard light out behind it. And what I seen would look like 2 human soldiers with green military uniforms on, moving to the right. And I'll black out again. Come to, my eyes looking in the kitchen. I look back to the door. There was something black behind my truck, and in about 2 seconds, and it disappears. And I black out again. And I'm moving closer to the door, blacking out, waking up. Finally, I get to the door, and I go out the door. Normally, I turn left 2 steps down, and I'm on the ground. I kept going straight. And I looked left, and the alien that's in that photo I have, she was standing on the porch. And we were about a foot apart, eyeball to eyeball. And the way the lights were reflecting off of its eyes, this thing was insect. And that's the first time in this ordeal, I said, what the hell's happening? I black out again. Come to, I'm out by my truck. I can see the front bumper. I see my front fender. I see my pickup door. I see the bed. I see my back bumper. And they get me to the back of my truck where that thing manifested. I seen it from out the door. This thing come back again. This scared the hell out of me, man. I went ape shit crazy. Flipping, jerking, pulling. There were bushes planted on both sides of the driveway of my truck. And I reached out to try to grab one of them limbs because I didn't want to go in that black thing behind me. And I blacked out again. And I come to, still in the same spot. I look up and I can see my front door. Then I realized I had something under my arm. And I had an alien gray under my arm. His mouth was up against my ribs. And one of my fingers was in his eyes. And I'm thinking, damn it, I can't let this thing go. Because I don't want to go. I'm more scared of that thing behind me than I am it. But I know I'm a country boy. I know when you grab an animal, they grab you.
Right.
And thinking this thing's going to eat me up any time now. And first thing I thought, I got to kill it. So I was going to curve my fingers. I was going to pull his eyes out of his head. That's how damn scared I was. And I blacked out again. And I wake up the next morning, thought that was a dream. But I had photos of the flying saucers and a photo of that alien that was on the porch. That wasn't a dream.
Oh man! All right, you locked up again. I want to clarify something real quick. Go ahead and swipe your screen there, bro. You locked up on me. The story that you're telling, the stories that you're going to tell, indeed they are definitely out there. Okay, but just to clarify something, because Alan Carpenter's like, LSD is a bitch. I get it, Alan. I understand. LSD is indeed right here. LSD is a bitch. But here's the thing, Alan. On LSD, in that state of mind, you're not going to be able to just like capture photos. Hang tight before you dismiss the story. Right?
Photos of it.
I'm going to laugh at that comment, bro, because I'm telling you, I get it. The stories this fella's got comes with evidence. Okay, I'm telling you, just bear with me. Just grab your cup of coffee, grab your wacky tobacco, and bear with me. Let's start going through some of these photos real quick, because I also want to talk to you about you screaming. You screaming and your parents not hearing you. Okay, yeah. And then walking through the hallway, and you said your feet's not hitting the floor. To me, and a lot of these brains over here, what you're describing to us who are familiar with this is astral projection. Okay, meaning you were very aware that you were you. You were also very aware you were in the in at the house, and that you were walking. Right, you can remember walking, right, but couldn't.
I can remember floating down the hallway. I don't remember walking.
Okay, float. There you go. Float. You don't normally float. You walk. So you at that point were what we refer to as you were in a multi-dimensional state. You had to have been. You had to have been.
I don't know exactly what's happening to me, but I'm still learning. But
you had to have been, because parents they didn't hear you. You were somewhere that they were not. They were there, but yet they couldn't hear you. Right? So in that dimension, in that dimensionality of what you were, where you were, how you were, they just simply couldn't hear you. We refer that to as the astral plane. The astral or the etheric plane. Okay? So a lot of what you just said there is taking place on that multi-dimensional plane of reality. It doesn't make you less you. You're you. You absolutely are you. Right? But the thing is, you trying to interact with the world around you, it doesn't really work the same way. Make sense?
It's I know something's happening.
Oh yeah,
big time. And I went to church a couple of times, and sometimes you just do some backsliding. When I realized that things were amazing happening, is that I was getting these bumps on my head, side of my head, about 3 inches long, probably about a 1/4 inch thick, like I've been hit with a club. And I'd have this red mark between my eyes. And I wondered, how the hell am I doing this shit to myself when I'm asleep? So I wound up with this little digital camera and put it on me. And I watched it, all I done was sleep. But when I hooked that digital camera up to a big screen TV, I started noticing pixels were flickering on and off in certain areas in this room. Mm. So what I did, I held my cell phone camera above those pixels that were flickering on and off, and I took a picture. And I got a photo of a face. There's no way in physics this face could have been in my room.
Right.
And I took it, showed it to my friend, and I go back home, and for some reason that memory card corrupted. It messed up. I couldn't use it again. So I got another one, and I did it again. This time I got a dude that looked like Jesus in the room. And
I did not grab that photo. Oh.
Yeah, we didn't put that in.
Yeah, I didn't grab that photo.
But when I got these photos, I met this man who was an evangelist, and he said him and his friends going to get a little church together, and I was welcome to come to it if I wanted to. And he was looking for a sign himself, and I go to this church with them, and it was a bunch of the local bad boys, and we were all trying to get to know God. And about 4 weeks into this, I get there a little early, and Billy, he says, Derrell, I got a message for you. And he has this book about prophets, and it's, you know, he said, I'm going to read this to you. And it was like 10 paragraphs. He looked down, he read the book. Then he looks at me straight in the eye and said, this is you. And he read all 10 of them. He nailed me with all 10 of them. And I just never forgot that day. I said, man, that's kind of crazy. And 2 weeks later, the dream I had about the Indian battleground come true. That's when I woke up. I knew that something was happening. Even when I had the evidence at the Indian battleground, I thought in my mind I could make myself not believe. But when I got up all over that alien in the forest in Martin's Mill, there is no doubt. And
again, I want to share those, dude. I've got to share that image. This looks like, it looks dense. I mean, you can tell that it's
holographic.
It's, you know, like literally looking through the image, you can see that it's a physical kind of physical, multi-dimensional kind of image.
Some technology.
Yeah.
They were probably on the ground, and this technology was keeping me from seeing them.
Got another one right there. Yeah, dude, that's interesting.
Yeah, and that's underneath the flying saucer at the same time.
And that's literally where it started for you taking pictures, right?
Yes, sir, right there. And since then, almost every day, I shoot 600, 3,000 photos. I got a camera that would shoot a 20-shot burst, and I would look through those pictures. And sometimes I had 2 of those cameras zip tied together. And that's 40 photos in 5 seconds.
Right.
This stuff is so fast, only one frame out of that 40 will see it. And so I knew I had something. But my other camera messed up, so I can't do the 2-camera thing anymore. But I'm literally...
I have a question. There's a fella, are you aware of what channeling is? Do you know what that word is? Do you know what channeling is?
No, sir, I don't. No, I don't. I mean, I've heard it before. It's some kind of maybe like a radio receiver or something.
There you go. A receiver. There's a fella in the chat by the name of Christopher Peebles. Okay, and Christopher is a conduit. He is a channel. He's a receiver of a multi-dimensional energy. Have you ever spoke to something like that, or heard something like that?
I don't remember.
All right, I'm about to share with you.
But I remember them saying things to me. One night, I get on my knees and talk to God, and I don't do this all the time.
All right.
But, you know, for nothing for me, and I just asked to help my friends. And I get up, wipe my knees off, and I'm leaning up against my truck, thinking about what I just said. And I hear these words in my head as clear as day, it's like in a loving woman's voice.
A loving woman's voice.
Hey, hon. Call me hon. It's like she approved of what I just got through doing. And another night.
Hang on. Stop there for a second, because I've got to read to you what Christopher Peebles just dropped in here. And I personally have never heard. I'm not aware of Helia. 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 So Christopher is a channeler. Okay, he is a receiver of a multidimensional frequency, meaning a multidimensional being. Okay, what I'm going to read to you is from a multidimensional being.
Okay.
Okay, welcome to the Matrix, bro. Ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
All right, Helia says, we meet again. The reason that your memory card broke was because the friend was not meant to see it. You cannot, by quarantine field or field protocol, show just any picture, pick any pictures of us of our species to variants under the insectoid umbrella. This deals with violations of what's called a soul contract. and life's path, if one tries to shall say the fundamental of chatting bug persons, picture, video, blah, 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 we've described to this cloaking device technology of an insectoid ship that the insectoid ships have. So before you even got to mention, listen to what I'm telling you, before you even mention what she looks like, you now have a name.
She's
Hell yeah.
Moth species. And the reason I'm saying moth species, because all the other dreams I would hear the name of my friend's house, and it's our house, and open my eyes, I see it. This night,
that's great. No, my page just died. There we go. Hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. I'm with you. You're still with me. So keep going.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
This night, I hear the word moth, and I open my eyes, and I'm standing behind this thing, and it's about 4 foot tall. I can see circles on each of her wings, big 5-inch circle.
All right.
On each one. And this thing's walking away from me into, I don't know why I didn't turn around and take off running. And she goes into the forest and comes back out, and she's looking like a woman in a white dress. She takes me to different areas around where I live at and introduced me to other people.
All right.
Go back to the Indian battleground. She starts telling me about her children in the forest. And I think that's, there's a reason why she's telling about them kids. And after this in the battleground, there's a bench, like 4 of them, on the outer edges of this place. And I'm sitting on this with her. And I look at her, and I could see into her, and she looked like smoke.
Okay.
And I see looking out of that smoke at me, and that's when I wake up. And another time,
I'm listening to you.
Another time, I had a heart attack. I gave up on life and didn't care. Now, I know what the pain of one of them things felt like because I've already had another one before then. Well, this one, 3 days and 2 nights. And I'm sitting in my truck thinking, why and how can I still be alive?
Right.
Then I see this white cloud that I seen when I was a kid. This thing was about big around a 55-gallon barrel, comes straight up out of the ground, and about 7 foot tall. And it's about 100 foot from me. And I'm looking at it, watching it wave back and forth. Then this thing floats towards me, it disappears, and my chest pain stopped. And I also have video of this white cloud manifesting in the room with me when I'm sleeping. Right. Then me and my friend about 3 months ago driving some old country back roads, just riding around. And we both seen this thing on the side of the road by the mailbox. And he's seen it.
Wow.
He's pointing it at me. Yeah, I know what that is. That's my buddies. So there's people who's been with me, witnessed this stuff.
All right.
Another night, I meet this guy at the church thing. He sees my pictures. He says, "That's some pretty good stuff you got there, bro." I said, "That ain't shit. Why don't you come to my house? I'll blow your mind."
Right.
So,
right.
About 2 weeks later, I went out there and hung out with him. I spent all night out with him. And he sees my pictures. He says, and we're in the bedroom talking about God, Jesus, physics, aliens. I mean, he's a friend. We could talk about all things, religion, politics, and still be friends.
Right.
And I'm looking down at my cell phone, and we're in like a 12 foot by 12 foot room, a bed, and some furniture around the outer edges of it. And we both hear the sound of high voltage electricity. Kind of sound that better to touch it, it would kill you. It's that damn powerful.
The high voltage, the sound of, right. You can hear it. You can feel it. Right. Right.
And I looked up at my friend, and he's looking straight at me. And that's when I could see this thing about big around a lemon, about the color of the sun. And it was about 4 foot to his left side, about 4 foot off the floor. And he turns his head to see what I'm looking at, and this thing comes straight at me, straight to my face. I couldn't even get my hands up enough. All I could do is turn my head. And the last time I seen this thing, it hit me between the eyes. And I almost done a backflip. I didn't feel no pain. Didn't feel nothing. Almost turned the chair over, tried to keep from getting hit with this thing. Well, anyway, I get up, looking behind it, looking at it. I thought maybe it went out the wall behind me. And I looked at my friend Mike. I said, "Did you see that thing?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Where'd it go?" He said, "The damn thing hit you between the eyes, dude." He's seen it too. And yeah, I got photos of that thing on other days. I've had nights that I'd be driving down the road at night by myself on these old back roads, and I would hear the sound of high voltage pops behind my cab of my truck. So, now I know what all that is now, what's happening. Then another night, I'm sitting out in my truck, and it was a storm. And there's this tree in my yard, and it looked like somebody, like at nighttime would be smoking a cigar. When you get a puff off of it, how that coal on the end of it glows.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a tree. And I'm looking at it for about 5 seconds, and lightning hits it. And man, it shook the ground. I felt the shock waves going through my body. That was close. And I think it was them. The aliens got hit by lightning that night. Yeah, I've had some stuff happen. My friends are telling me now things that they're experiencing. My uncle, he's seen this stuff all of his life, and which he passed away about 6 months. But I've had 2 men tell me that they had dreams that the aliens told them because they hold me in high regards. That's the reason why I've seen more than others. Like my friend Mike. Yep.
I wanted to tell you, Derrell, that you didn't really catch it, but Facebook killed our live stream, and I had to reconnect it, so everybody's like propagating once again. There were people up in here, and next thing you know, blam, Facebook killed it right after I got done telling you that, giving you that channeled message from Christopher up in the chat.
Attention, dude.
What's that? One more time.
I may be a little too real for this stuff. These people.
But we need to know. We need to know the truth. Okay. You don't. Here's the kicker. You don't know me that well. I posted some shit to trigger people in the world about flat Earth. Okay. Only to get the debate going, to drop the truth on them. Okay. I cause complete chaos. And I'm talking chaos. When the truth is, we don't know where we are at. Okay? Truly.
Yeah.
Is it a hologram? Is it a simulation? Is it round? Is it flat? The truth of the matter is, okay, possible simulation, possible hologram. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'll catch flack from the flat Earth group, the global group, from all over the world, bro. I will get death threats, you name it. I promise you. I know. Trust me. They will want my head on a stick. All right. I mean, the hate mail, the hate messages. I'm telling you. But
I don't know how you do what you do, putting up with that crap.
But I have.
They set me on fire. And if they said it to my face, we're going to be fighting.
But I agree. I'm very easy to get a hold of. I'm very easy to find. I hold nothing back. You want to beat my ass? Come to my front door. I'm right here. All I'm saying is I've got to trigger humanity. I've got to trigger them so they'll understand truly we don't know where in the hell we are at. Okay? Our physical senses lie to us all the time. They want to debate flat Earth. Go right ahead. We want to fight. I want to fight because I'm on a globe. Who cares? Whether it's flat or it's round, it's holographic, it's semi. Bro, here's the kicker. The thing is wherever we are, whoever we are, okay, the experiences are almost as if they're tailor-made for our experience.
I'm open-minded to that.
I'm serious. It's really, really, really wild.
It is wild. It'll change you, too, when you realize it. When you realize these things are coming in your house, that will change you. You know, everybody else, they may see them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't give it much thought. But when they come in your house and you wake up beat up, cut, and bleeding, I taking that shit serious. You know, I need to pay attention to this. What if this is God's angels wanting me to tell this story? They come to me and they told me they're gonna give me the photo evidence of them, of their flying saucer and their technology, and come back to me 3-4 times and show me things that they're going to give me, and I got them.
Look at what Seth Henderson just. Can you read this chat right here? Can you
It's
see?
pretty on my phone.
He says Earth, wherever we're at, it's a torture chamber and the paradise all at the same time.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I've been through hell. I've been freaking through hell.
Christopher Peebles, our channeler, is back. He says, you have telepathy. Channeling is just literally, it is telepathy. But instead of being only in my head, he transcribes it into words, into text.
I've had this happen a lot to me. I would think about someone before I call them.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I call them, they say, hey, I was just thinking of you.
Yeah.
I always wondered about, because I thought about them before I dialed their number. Did I have a connection to give them a thought to think about me?
Right.
I wonder about that.
It's a form of telepathy, bro.
About that issue.
Definitely.
I'm still learning. But these things like me. Hell, I've seen Earth from space with them.
Are you able to see what Miss Teresa just dropped there?
No, sir.
All right, let me scroll back and I'll see what we'll see.
Now I can see it.
Miss Teresa says because of the 3D senses. Now she's referencing what you described about being touched, hurt. You know, I mean, this dude's got literally photos of puncture wounds on his body, and she says because that's because of your 3D vessel. And she says, yep, she understands. For real, the bruises, the cuts, she gets it. She understands. Yep. Do you see what I'm saying? So, again, you're in the right place and surrounded by the right kind of people. Just letting you know that.
Just because I disrespected her that night, she did that. And I took that as a message like, you little punk.
Right.
This is real. Quit testing me. You're going to do it. And, yeah, that's how I'm going to take that when I did that. And, I'll be scared of her, but you know something? I also don't want nothing bad happen to her.
True, right? Absolutely. Now, do you have a name? Out of curiosity, did you have a name for her?
I would love to know. I call her Space Time. You know,
you call again. I think that Christopher named her Helena, Helina, IA, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I can't get Chris to channel her name real quick.
She also has an animal with her.
Let me.
That animal right there will tell you a lot about who she is. And a lot of these female gods, you see pictures and statues of, they all got animals with them.
Right. Dennis, Matt's not broadcasting. Both of us are listening and watching Matt. Not broadcasting the same. I'm being kicked off and told it isn't available. Of course. Again, Dennis, Big D, listen to me. Papa Bear. The thing is, man, they've already, on Facebook anyway, already stopped Derrell's stream. Helena is her name. Helia. Helia. That is, I guess, supposedly her name for you.
And she is moth species, because at the beginning of that dream, I heard the word moth.
You just see it. He's tapping into your right there. See it? Hell yeah. I think butterflies, moths look similar. Teresa, you can tell him here in a second, because I'll after I get done with you for a little bit. I'll add him to your Zoom call, because I got the Zoom conference set up to where it's primarily just you and me. I wanted to pick your brain as best I possibly could. Just you and I. Share your images, which I need to get back to your images. Do you know that we are already at the top of the hour, bro? We're almost already at the top of the hour. It is 51 minutes.
I just got started.
I- that's what, right? That's what everybody says. It's all good, Dennis. No good beings would cause harm. That's something that crossed my mind too, Jeremy. I wanted to point out to you, Derrell, right? That what Jeremy just pointed out is, I personally, if something was to harm me, I wouldn't classify it as a good entity. It wouldn't bring harm to you at all.
But when you're stupid like me, you got to get their attention. I think that's what that's about.
There you go, Jerry. I mean, Mr. Pointer, there. How can you argue with that, right? I don't know. Oh man, keep
I'm hard-headed.
You hard-headed redneck.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right.
I keep testing it because I don't know for sure. But when I got them 8 cuts that next morning, I knew, after all the photos and things I'm seeing, this is for real.
All right.
What?
I wanted to blast through some of these pictures here, bro. Let's do that real quick. Blast with me through hang on. Yeah, blast with me through some of these photos. What would you like to show and share next? These, can you see these? Are you able to see that?
Okay, this and here.
Well, again, are you okay with sharing that? Or do you want to share the telescope that they told you how to build?
Isn't that picture telling me I got to adjust it and things like that? That's my telescope.
But I'm saying, are you listening to what I'm saying? Do you want to share share what they showed you how to build?
Yeah.
All right. Then that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and go over to this picture right here.
I'll tell them what happened. A friend goes to a garage sale, and he gets this broken telescope for $5. He comes over and gives it to me, and I said, well, maybe tonight I'll see what I can do with it. And what I was trying to do, the legs were wobbly, so you had to push the telescope past what you wanted on, then it would flex back to it. I mean, it was frustrating to get it centered up. And I'm trying to hold my cell phone camera to the back of this thing to shoot through the end of it to get a photo of the moon. And I sat out there and messed with this for a couple of hours, and my back was hurting, neck was hurting. And I said, I'm going to give up on this, throw it in the trash. And I take it to the living room and put it in the middle of the floor, and I go to bed that night. I had these dreams about how to fix the back end of this thing with the parts that I had, the junk I had, and I could put my cell phone on the back of it. It took me 2 days to create this thing. And when I done that, it was either that night or the next night, I pointed it at the moon, and I set the cell phone for auto. When I say shoot, it will take a picture, because when you touch the button, it would shake. So that way, keep it from wiggling. Shot 300 photos of the moon. And I got this thing. It looked like it was hovering above the crater, and you can see the shadow underneath it. And so I got my attention. I'm lucky, very lucky to get that.
So again, they showed you how to build this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They told me it could, and they're showing it.
From this to this. Look at that. All right, so I guess now's a good time to show the moon, right?
Yeah.
Because those pictures alone, bro, are like, holy shit. Let me see if I can't find them real quick. I need to scroll through these photos. You gave me a lot of photos.
There
we go,
folks.
All right, so these are the images of the moon that this telescope now is able to get. And there's one little specific area on this crater, the bigger crater to the. I'm going to point at it right here. And
I think it's zoomed in too much.
No, it's right there. I got it. We're trying to get it right there. Look at this, man. Absolutely blows my mind from that, zooming into that crater. You can see the shadow in the crater.
It looks like yin yang.
It
And that,
absolutely does.
that may be where that emblem come from. It's right there. Somebody seen that a long time ago. And yeah. I'm just a lucky guy.
Holy smokes, man.
I think I know I had this dream that I seen another world. And hell, I might have been on the moon. But I did see two huge landing pads for two huge flying saucers. And one time I'm laying down in my living room, the door's wide open, and I can see the driveway. And it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I closed my eyes, and it's all of a sudden like I went straight up through the roof. I'm looking at my roof getting smaller and smaller as I'm going up, and I get up into the clouds, and I can't see it no more, and I hear these words: "You got to go back. Someone's here to see you. You got to go back." Bam, it's like I back in my body and I opened my eyes, and my friend was sitting in the driveway. And he gives me a picture that he took when he was in Rutan, New Mexico, that I can see clear as day, two huge flying saucers in this thing. And I think those two flying saucers probably the flying saucers that landed on those huge landing pads I seen on that other world. Yeah. I don't know where I was at, but maybe all this was on the moon.
How would hang on a second? It says Facebook mentioned insectoid. It was made. Oh wow, yes, okay. I'm reading through the comments here. A lot of what we believe up in here is what we speak into creation. We create. So words create. Okay. So again, that's why you'll not hear me really speak of the flat Earth. I personally believe and experience the round Earth. You call it what you will, flat, round, whatever. What we speak into our reality is the reality that we're going to perceive. That is one of the reasons I dropped a post up in Facebook on the page that shares the perception of everybody else participating in the reality or the world around us. It's pretty interesting stuff, man. Mr. Jeremy Pointer says, "This is great stuff, guys. Thanks." You're welcome, bro. For real.
Thank you. I'm not making nothing up, man.
Are you ready to share some of these other photos with everybody?
So showing the flying saucers that was, above those things in the forest. There's the interdimensional alien right there.
Hang on. I'm scrolling through these pictures, bro, at the top.
I'll be quick.
I don't know which photos are which. So up at the top of the screen here, look at what I'm showing you. Are you talking about these ones?
I can see that there is the flying saucer that's on the left, and you can see the orb that's to the left of that thing.
All right, I'm gonna have to share it because you're already talking about it, so I may as well share it. So what we're looking at is what right now on the screen. These.
I'm gonna say that's the two flying saucers, and the one on the left is clear as day. The one on the right, it's a little kind of not right. But when I darken this photo to count the orbs in it, you'll see this flying saucer here changed big time. It's got a big emblem on the bottom of it. And that's what I seen in my dream before I woke up. Because I thought about that dream every day after that, and I'm thinking, was there a tree limb between me and that damn thing up there?
Right.
When I darkened it, then that's when I seen what I seen in my dream. They knew I was going to go through all of that.
Right.
Yeah, right. That's the one on the right. That's the one changed big time when I darkened the photo.
Now let's go one more, and that's the darkened photo, right?
When I did darkened it, that there's, you see the emblem on the bottom of that thing? That W or an M?
I can't. In fact, I've got the gallery set so no one can even. I've got the gallery set to where no one can even actually right click it and share it.
Okay.
But nevertheless, yeah. I mean, this is mind blowing stuff, bro. It truly is, especially knowing that you've got the stuff on photo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You've actually captured it, and they'll let you do it.
Yeah, they told me it was going to happen. Matter of fact, I was inside this thing when they showed me I'm going to get a photo of it. That's the reason why they showed me the photo of this thing.
But
they're not hiding from me. They want me to know this.
Hang on, I gotta stop for a second. My question to you is, and if you, all right, for everybody just listening to me for here we go. So mentally, you're not even in your body, but your body is taking pictures of these things. Is that what you're saying? You're frozen up again.
I had the dreams first, and I had the memories of the dreams. Then I go out when I'm awake and take these pictures.
Okay. Slide your camera back. You're locked up on me, bro.
Okay.
All right. So now I get it. Now I get it. You're seeing these in the dream, and then the next day and or like thereafter later is when they will appear. So it's almost. So am I getting this right? Or is it almost as if you are getting a premonition of when?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Now.
Then I would have 3 months to think about it every day. Then I get it.
Right. All right. It makes sense. I got it. It makes sense now. Say, I knew. I was kind of like, what the because I just had a brain fart mind glitch of like how when you was in the ship and then taking pictures of the ship. So now I understand. It's a premonition in a dream.
In the dream, I was inside this ship when she showed me a vision of me getting these pictures, and she gave me way more than she showed me she was going to give me.
Right.
A lot. That I after looking at all that, you got to be a believer. I mean, something's happening. It ain't kind of glitching. I got too much.
Bro, I would love to, on the Matrix, I would love to have an image gallery and lock it down, but share your photos and start sharing photos with everybody to where they can just start looking through your shit, because
it's meant for me to share this, sir.
Bro,
tell it. And they also told me about my temper, that how mad I'm going to get when people talk crap to me over this. And buddy, I will hit the roof. They're right. This is real. But they knew that I'm not. I wanted to give up, but I can't. It's just too damn to make me shut up.
Well, what you're describing, Derrell, is important. It's very important for humanity to know the truth.
I may not have the people I want to believe me, but through people like you and stuff, I meet other people who do, and that makes it worth it to go through all this I'm going through and not get no one to believe you. It'd make you want to quit. And all them people back in the old days when they didn't have cameras to take pictures of the things they were seeing, the crap that they went through, just to tell their stories, I felt bad for them.
Right. I get it.
I'm here to wake up the world, but in my journey to get to know God, more and more is being revealed. So, I look at the Bible and, say, hey man, what's in here? What am I? They talked about dreams, and men will have dreams, young men will have visions, and he'll pour his spirit out on his men servants and maid servants. Well, something's talking to me, and
right.
I may not be going down the right trail with this, but I'm going to keep on going. And they want me to know. I understand Ezekiel. I understand Enoch. Them people ain't crazy. And now, knowing what I know, the Bible makes more sense to me now, because I know what's happening to these other men. It's believable now to me.
I'll tell you what, the story of seeing, the story is one thing. Seeing it is a completely other. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, Mr.
I've seen a 30-foot disc over the gas pumps in Benwitter, Texas. That all you could see was the outer leading edge of it. It was like this flying saucer. The outside shell of it was like a TV screen.
Man.
And You know, and you just like you could see through the bottom of it. Then another night on a full blue moon night, I was with my buddy Shaman, and he had him a couple of beers and a couple of good cigarettes, and he done went to bed. And it's about 11 o'clock, and I'm out there in the front yard standing under a big old tree, and the shadows of the tree limbs on the ground was just so strong. The moon was bright, and I see this huge shadow go across the ground, and I look up and I see the bottom of this flying saucer. And I said, okay. And I go to another position to where I could see it again, and it was hovering above the forest over the trees. So I run in the house and I try to wake my friend Mike up, and I'm shaking him, and I'm calling him some bad names, man. Trying to get up, there's something going on outside, you know. And I got him set up one time, and his eyes open, and he just falls back. And I said, well, I ain't gonna get him up. So I had 38 pistol, and I had it in my truck. I got it and put it in my back pocket, and I stood out there in the front yard for about an hour and a half or 2 hours till I got so darn gone sleepy. I just went to sleep. When I got up the next morning, drank a coffee, and I'm telling my buddy what I seen, which he had a lot more experience about this stuff than I did at that time. When it didn't even bother him. He didn't care, you know. He's seen it before. Yeah. Another night, I'm sitting in my truck here in Ben Wheeler, looking to the north, and what I thought this was a helicopter that had a spotlight on the front of it, pointing straight at me, coming right at me. And as this thing gets a little closer, you know, my head's about a 45-degree angle, looking up at it, then I could see that this was a flying saucer, and this thing was so doggone hot it was glowing. And it had flames coming off the back of it and smoke, and it flew right straight over my head. Yeah.
Derrell, would you like me to read these comments to you or no?
Yes, sir. You can. Yeah, I'll try to answer them.
Helia, your contact, again, channeled through Christopher Peebles here. I'll put you in contact with him. Okay. Again, if you would like to speak to her, listen to what I'm telling you. If you would like to speak to her, okay, I'll put you in contact with Christopher. Christopher would be your contact channel. Okay, that's like having a phone call to the entity. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Let's do that.
All right, so here's what Helia says to you.
Never.
Here's what she says to you. My people do not lie to those in which we deem important to us, and therefore we will not let contactees who ask not to be tricked be tricked. Respecting free will is learned trait of ours for humans' sake in their quarantine time. So this is why your government crafts cannot and will not be affiliated with ours. It caused too much confusion or lack their trust in the people beyond their agenda, which they want. That's what the government wants, right? Hence their fear-mongering and a consequence. It is best to learn who your favorite ET civilizations, quote, are, right? Spaceships look like, and it's easier to identify them among aerial clutter flying around. That is what she said to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
But that ma'am is not, that was the, I don't think you're understanding. I really don't think you're understanding, but that's okay. That was the voice of who you're contacting through a channel. That would be like me sitting here talking to you, going into a trance and channeling the being that you're seeing.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what you just heard was from that entity. Not me, not Christopher. That was just the conduit.
Oh.
Now do you really what? Now you
I got in my thick head then, yeah.
All right, gotcha. All right, so let's go through some more of these images here, bro. You've got actually. I'll tell you what, we're at the top of the hour at 1 minute. I'm sorry, an hour and 10 minutes. You go pee, go grab a cup of coffee, refill. I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee, refill. Nobody go anywhere, and we'll continue this conversation, Derrell. Sound all right?
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. He's like, yeah, man, let's go. All right, everybody. Yeah, man, let's do this. So everybody, don't go nowhere. Again, Facebook killed it. Share this broadcast, share this podcast part 2, because that's obviously what happened. I'm going to go back and I'll have to re-upload the entire segment. So everybody hang tight. Don't go nowhere unless you're going to grab a refill. We will be right back with Mr. Derrell Milbauer with the journey in the life of Derrell Milbauer. What I never expected to happen happened.
Welcome to Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where magic meets the mundane and the extraordinary becomes everyday. Are you ready to gift yourself with the whispers of ancient power stones? To the feel and hear the echoes of our ancient past? Dive into a world where each pendant tells a story, where rare stones hold secrets known only to the universe itself. At Crystal Cove, our collection isn't just jewelry. It's a gateway to a realm of mysticism and wonder. Let the shimmering opal guide you through twilight dreams, or embrace the fiery energy of the sun with our exquisite amber pendants. Each piece, handcrafted by the hands of a true mystic who understand the language of the earth and the fire of one's heart. At Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, we believe that every soul deserves to sparkle. Whether you seek solace in the calming embrace of amethyst or wish to dance with the vibrant hues of turquoise, our collection holds the key to unlocking your inner magic if you allow it to be so. Visit us today and discover the pendant that speaks to your soul. Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where the beauty of our amazing earthy realm meets the magic of the cosmos.
Matrix Minds audio backtracks by Richard Roller from Victoria, Australia. All of your audio needs, audio creation, audio editing for the podcast, for movies, outright music creation, touch-based productions. Contact Richard Roller at richardroller007@gmail.com.
Hey everybody, Austin here with Colorado Custom Game Calls. Are you looking for a game call for your upcoming season? Are you looking for something unique? Are you looking for a gift for the hunter in your life? Well, look no further. We got you covered. At Colorado Custom Game Calls, you get to put your own twist on these calls. Whether it's waterfowl hunting, big game hunting, predator, or turkey, we got you covered. So be sure to hit us up on our Facebook and Instagram or on the web at coloradocustomgamecalls.com.
What is up, all my beautiful and gorgeous souls? I am Michelle Espinosa, otherwise known as the Shaman, through the Matrix Mind Media. So tell me, how many times have you wished that you had that special power of prediction? You know, to know what was going to happen before it actually happened and took place. To have some power and control over that situation before things came flying at you out of left field. The thing is, you actually can have that power. You can be aware of what's coming. Tune in to Astrology TV with me for Breaking the Cage every Sunday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Matrix Mind Media. And I will go through the astrology and help put you on the right course and get you back in control of your own life. Love you guys.
This CBD fluid is a whole flower fluid extracted from the cannabis flower. We don't use any heat, butane, or chemicals when we extract, so we get all of the components of the plant. All the CBD, CBG, CBA, all the terpenes, all the flavonoids. This allows our body to absorb at 60 to 90% rather than the average of 6 to 10% absorption you would get with a CBD oil. Because our bodies are made up of mostly water and this is a fluid, it's highly absorbable so that you're getting 500% more nutraceuticals per dose. We also have this available in our CBD spray as well as a muscle rub with all kinds of botanicals. You're going to absolutely love it.
Check it out, Brainiacs. MatrixMinds.live/CBD. The CBD I use. Feel free again. Feel alive again. Okie dokie. What's up, Brainiacs? We're right back here with Mr. Derrell Milbauer. Yeah, man. I hope you guys are enjoying tonight's broadcast. I know I am. I always dig talking to contactees, multi-dimensional experiencers, you name it, man. this is like right up my alley when it comes to this topic. And dude here, I cannot lie, has got a multitude of different content, videos. He's got videos, he's got images, he's got all kinds of shit. But what I'm going to be doing, again, going through images with you. Again, we're probably like not even, I'd say, halfway through Derrell's photos. So, all right, Derrell, we're back here, buddy.
I'm here.
Yes, yeah, that's yeah.
I'm here, B.
All righty. I don't even know how to jump back into what we were talking about. You got so many photos and so many things to share. Let me go over here real quick to. Let me go over here.
Have we showed the alien?
Huh?
Have we showed the alien yet?
No, sir. There's this bad boy right here, and I don't know what the hell this is. Let's go over here and share. Let's share this picture right here. I have no. What the hell are we looking at right here? You said this is out of the truck window. You say?
Look, I'm driving down the road going to my house, probably about 2 miles to my little favorite coffee shop, and this thing was flying beside me. I'm shooting a camera 20-shot burst out of only one frame out of that 20.
You are stop. You're breaking up. So whatever
They can blend in
you're
really good,
You are.
but when it's
Stop.
it has to
Stop.
it's to the sky that it's. And I think it's electronic and it messes up. But when it happens so quick your eye don't catch it. But I can't speed time up and I can't slow time down, but I can freeze a moment in time with the photo.
I wish I could freeze a moment in time. We didn't even catch the beginning of what you said this is. You were like, blah, 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 blah. So try that again. What the hell is this?
I think it's something programmed to keep up with me. And when it sits still, it can blend in with the sky really good. But when it's moving, it has to change its color to blend into the new terrain.
Okay.
And and sometimes I think it glitches or messes up, and it happens so quick that your eye can't catch it.
Now, do I have more pictures of that?
And it flies through it, or probably just sitting there. It may mess up, but I can't speed up time. I can't slow time down, but I can freeze a moment in time. That's how I'm catching these things.
Okay.
I think that's what that is, because
All right.
I'm in Texas, and I just got through coming back from Bunker Hill, Illinois, and I got the same kind of stuff up there. So, I know these things are following me. I had a heart attack in Illinois, and when I get out of the hospital, I'm down in the basement, and I wake up that morning, and I see like 2 alien grays standing beside my bed. And I roll away to get away from them. And as I'm rolling over, I see look like something like a black portal above my bed, and another one's crawling out of it. And before I could say crap, I blacked out. But these things look like alien grays with long black hair, look like old women. And yeah, they're interdimensional. That some of these photos I think is a portal. Because that night they were trying to put me in that thing behind my pickup. Looks like some of these photos I'm getting, flying in the sky. And plus, she got a hold of me one night and showed me I'm standing out in the field and I'm looking up in the sky and I see this black thing vibrating, going way out from me and coming into me, going way out from me and really fast. And I'm looking at that thinking, what the heck is that? Well, 2 weeks later, I get this darn black thing that has these white things coming out of it, like the sky looks like it's ripped open. And yeah, the interdimensional stuff. And I got a bunch of photos of that thing since she showed me them. She showed me what to look for. And she showed me that she's going to project these images out there for me to get these photos. She's trying to help me with this.
Again, Derrell, you know what? You are the start. You are the start of the Matrix Minds photo gallery. you literally, we don't have on our site, we do not have a photo gallery. But I'm telling you right now, you are absolutely, the photos that you have got, okay, I want to share every single photo that you have got. Every single photo that you want to share, I will create, I'll get with Wayne Stewart. I'll get with Wayne, our server admin, and we'll get a gallery up there, and you will be the start of the gallery. Because again, the content you've got is absolutely worthy of everybody seeing.
Yes, sir. Yeah. If I hadn't had this, I would have never opened my mouth.
Let's go. No, where did this fella here come from? I'm going to go over and show you. Everybody in the Matrix community is like, oh boy, we know what that is. Yeah, baby, that is a Black Hawk right there. so, yeah, tell us a little bit about this bad boy here.
All right. Now, when I had my 2 cell phones, they were both working good. I had them zip tied together, batteries charged. I could feel helicopters before I could hear them. And I knew something was coming, so run out there into the driveway, and there was these 3 Black Hawk helicopters coming right straight at me. And I shot over 300 photos of these things. And out of them 300, one of them has an orb on the end of the nose of that helicopter. And I don't know if those pilots knew that was out there, but I know what that is. That orb manifested in my house one night. That's what hit me between the eyes. And I got a photo of it with these Black Hawk helicopters.
Well, if everybody's ready, we'll show them the orb in front of the Black Hawk. You ready?
Yeah.
There you go. What the hell? Look at that.
Yeah. That's not a lens flare, because a lens flare would be in the photo before it and photo after it. That thing, when it happens fast.
Right.
I've seen that same orb about 4 weeks ago in Brownsboro, Texas. One night about 12 o'clock at night. Seen it one night, and the next night I seen it again. Yeah.
Black Hawks over LA. Holy smokes.
Yeah, this is a little old country town, Texas.
Where are you at? You're where?
I'm Ben Wheeler, Texas.
Man. I've seen some crazy shit out there on the highway. No doubt about it. I will not lie. I've seen some really, really interesting things being a driver down on the highways of Texas. In Arizona, New Mexico, Utah. Big Sky, you see some pretty crazy shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Montana, Arizona, there those areas where it's like there is no light pollution in certain areas, right? And dude, you can see the entire Milky Way galaxy. You can see the entirety of the vastness of what we are in. I mean, that's what blows my mind is people like can't even really wrap your head around how big the planet itself is. Okay, I'm saying that is again the flat Earth debate, round Earth debate. This planet is huge. Okay, it really is big. Compared to the sun, it's dwarfed. Compared to Jupiter, Earth is dwarfed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
So going out there into big sky like Texas, like where you're at, and being able to look up at the sky and seeing those heavenly bodies up there like that, dude, you can see it's like infinite stars, is it not? You can see infinite stars. It's amazing to for those that have never actually had the experience of experiencing big sky. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, on a clear night, you can see every single thing that you'd want to see. Moving, you can see comets, you can see all kinds of shit. And again, the Milky Way, you'll see the edge of the Milky Way. It's absolutely beautiful, man. We have got we are in an absolutely amazing place.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
You know, I feel like this earth is alive.
Sure, she's alive. She got a name, bro. It is Gaia.
And that day I got the photos of the flying saucers at the Indian battleground. I remember when we was walking out of there, I was talking about Mother Earth. I was telling my friend about how I felt about that. And yeah, it was just flowing out of me. Yeah. Something going on. You know, I just okay.
Tell you what, let's go over this little photo right here that you shared with everybody. And that is this one right here. What are we looking at here, buddy?
All right, that's me, and I'm trying to get to know God, and I got some bamboo sticks and some Dollar General yard lights, you know, solar lights, and I made me a cross out there in the front yard, and I'm out there looking at it and working on it, perfecting it, make it pretty, so when you drive by, you can look up in there and you can see a white cross right there. Well, on this night, there was something behind me. It's in these other photos. There's me sitting there looking at it, thinking about it.
Definitely getting to it here. It's almost as if you walk to the edge of the woods and you just said you feel like you've seen something or something.
I've had these feelings, something watching me, and I've had a lot of people tell me when they go to the Indian battleground, they had that feeling something's watching them. Now, right there, that thing right there looks like something standing behind me. You know, I did that. Big June bug flying around in here. But yeah, that's a cool photo there. I felt like something was with me that night too. Matter of fact, for the last 2 or 3 days, I kept feeling that there's something over my left shoulder. You know, yeah.
Now, what exact? Oh, sorry, my bad. Is this around? I'm trying to see. Is this roughly the same photo here, or no?
No, this was on another night. This happened.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This happened about a day before Christmas Eve. I took my trail cameras, brought them in the house, cleaned the eye on them, checked the batteries, and I'm going to camp out in my front yard in this tent and set the trail cameras up around me. Well, one trail camera, this thing triggered 3, 4 photos. But where that beam's coming down, that's hitting me in the head. And I was having this one powerful dream about police, soldiers, aliens working together, using technology we have no defense against. When this goes down, that I will be allowed to walk freely while everybody else is going to be in trouble. There was something about at the end of this dream about I needed to check my memory cards. I had to find a memory card about the information that's on it. And I'm pretty sure that meant is that they left me something on that trail camera. When I got up that morning, I had that feeling when I had these dreams. I felt funny, like I was medicated. And I said, I have a feeling something happened last night. So I got my trail cameras, made me a big pot of coffee, got me a cigarette going on. I'm checking the memory cards, and sure enough, man, you know, that's my evidence. They were outside my tent that night.
Right.
A couple days later, above the angle of that beam, there's a tree in my yard. I got a photo of the bottom of a flying saucer. You can see the shadow of it above this tree. So on another day, I got it there again. So there's probably evidence 3 times this one tree. This thing's been above it. And I got a new trail camera today. A guy brought it to me, and I'm fixing to aim it up at that tree and leave it there. Let's see if I can get a photo of that thing again if it comes back. I'm looking for them, man. I look through thousands of photos all the time.
How long you been rolling your cigarettes? Non-filtered rolly cigarettes. How long you been smoking them things?
Oh, last couple of days I run out of money, and that's all I got now.
Rolly bugler, bro. I remember that. I see you smoking your cigarette there.
I've been watching old timers roll cigarettes all my life now. You know, I've seen them do it.
Right,
bugler, what's they called, Bull Durham. Yeah, I've seen them do it.
You remind me of Crocodile Dundee, hillbilly style.
Yeah,
Crocodile Dundee. This fella right below is Crocodile Dundee hillbilly version.
No, I'm not wrestling aliens. I'm wrestling aliens.
Right. All right. So let's go. Let's go through some more of these amazing.
Matter of fact, if you see a cockeyed alien, I'm the guy that probably did it to him. I was scared that man.
All right.
Damn, man, this makes scare you.
We're gonna go, and I'm gonna scroll through one. You seen that? You seen this this little spark in the woods? You know what? Explain what we're looking at right here.
All right, that spark right there. I've seen that the day before across the street from my friend's house. I spent the night with him over there, and we're in the woods and we're setting up hog traps, and I just shoot a lot of photos all the time. I shot like 400 down there that day, and that spark right there was what come in the house with me and my friend that night after hearing the sound of high voltage electricity, and it was about 6-7 foot from me. That's what it come straight at me and hit me between the eyes. That right there is, yeah, man. And that right there is what's on the nose of that helicopter. That thing right there is the same thing.
So you're telling me that little spark right there is, you believe that the light that, because again, here's the thing, this little light right here, right? This little spark right there, it does look like, if you were to take a picture of it in the daylight, you're saying that is this?
Yep.
Holy smokes, bro.
Yeah. It's been in my house. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I get up early one morning, and I'm sitting here with my elbows on my knees, waiting for the coffee to make, smoking a cigarette, and I see this spark like that float from my right side, and it was about the size of a cigarette butt between me and the floor. Well, my neighbor's got a dog, and she's my best friend. She comes over here and visits me, and I'm shooting photos of her, and I get that doggone spark in it. I got like 4 photos of that spark out there with that dog.
No, Tammy, I can't make them any bigger. They're locked. I've got them locked. I can't. I truly can't. I've got them locked on in that photo gallery to where you cannot right click on them and steal them.
Well, I've done shared them with the world anyway, bro.
I know, but I mean, I'm very, very, very careful.
It's kind of like this. I just get what I need.
Right.
If this is what he wants me to share and tell everyone, it's what I need to do. And there ain't no money in this, man.
No, definitely not no money in this.
There's a lot of stress. I've made some friends because of it. Some good friends. And, don't take me long to figure out who the fools are, and I give up on them really quick.
Oh, yeah. I get it. Trust me, I get it.
One day, I get out of my truck. I ain't had nothing to eat in 2 days. Phone's been turned off a week. And I look up in the sky, and I ask God, say, hey, am I chosen to do this? Do you want me to do this? I don't ask for much, but I can't get the message out unless I got money to get this phone going. Man, 3 hours later, a friend of mine named Keenan Dowdy pulls up in the driveway. Said, Derrell, I had this feeling I need to give you some money. He handed me $60. Gave me a ride to the store to get my phone going again. That happened. I don't ask for nothing for me much. But that day, it come through quick. In my journey to get to know him, man, I'm witnessing that he's been with me all my life, I think. And these are his angels. These are for sure, whatever they are his children. And for sure.
Check out what Miss Teresa is sharing right here. Miss Teresa Julie says, I've seen a blue electrical spark crawling across an electrical line outside. It stood up and looked straight at me and then disappeared. She said this has happened to her twice. Very cool.
I believe it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a person that doesn't really care what you believe. Share your story with everybody, because if there's no reason to really truly at this point in one's life there's no reason to tell the story or to lie to make friends. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that what she said is a lie. I'm not her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the person to judge that thought. You know what I'm saying?
The things that I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
no doubt. Yeah, I got some experience. Yeah, I do.
There's the comment I've been waiting for right there. Miss Barbara Borcher says she is surprised that the MIB, here come the men in black, haven't visited you yet. I mean, come on. If I go back, right? To me, this bad boy right there, that's the start.
Yeah.
Right there, that is the start of the MIB. So she says that she's very, very surprised that the men in black have not visited you yet. And I too. I truly am too.
Maybe they're scared my aliens will eat them. Because I've been telling this for 10 years and I can't get anybody's attention.
Well, I'm interested in this. Well, here's the thing. No pun to MUFON, okay? But I will definitely tell you, I've had people come to me and share with me to help them get their story out, where if they were to go to MUFON or the MUFON forum, dude, it is complete dismissal. They want nothing to do with you. You're whacked, cray, woo-woo.
That's true.
I'm being serious. So
I tried to get their attention. I can't. Look, I know what I got. I got them on the moon. I got an alien with alien animal. I got bottoms of flying saucers with orbs.
We're seeing it.
No one can outdo me with the photo evidence I got to show on this planet. Until then, somebody needs to shut me up and show me, because, yeah, I got a lot. They come to me. It ain't like I'm good at hunting them. They come to me and told me they're going to run out in front of me. They let me understand that my eyes can't see what my camera can see. One time I walked out of the station. There's another station across the street. Had a little cloud above it. Only one in the sky. I pulled my 2 cell phones out, pulled the trigger 2 times. I had 80 photos. Next morning, I go back to that little store and get me a cigarette, and I'm sit coffee and flipping through there. Now, I'm looking at this thing when I took the photo of it. Out of 80 photos, only 1 photo seen that thing. Then there's been them times I can't see it and my camera can. Then there's times I can see it and the camera can't.
You're locking up. In fact, you're really locking up, bro. I lost your sound. Stop, Derrell. Stop. Stop. Because here, Derrell, you're locked up again. I lost sound on you.
I've never had a dream in my life. Been them all the time.
Derrell.
I've had nights to do a scream. And I wasn't a religious person. When I'd wake up the next morning, I would thank God, man, that was only a dream. Thanks God that was only a dream.
Derrell.
It's a funny.
Can you hear me?
Worst night.
Derrell, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You're locked up on the screen. So slide. Okay, you're locked up, and we caught very, very little of what you said. Hardly any of what you said did we catch. Hardly none of it. There. All right, you're back.
I'm back now.
So just repeat what you said.
It's a funny feeling to realize that your worst nightmares are real. I've had nightmares so bad all I want to do is scream all night long. And I wasn't a religious person at that time. And I would thank God, and when I wake up in the morning, first person I thank you, God, that was only a dream. Thank you, God, that was only a dream. And now I realize that those nightmares were real. It'll change you. I've been through a lot of bull crap, man. And but maybe I just need to toughen up. That's just the way it is. I think I am some kind of super soldier. I know it sounds crazy, but I have my reasons for saying that. Things I've done in these dreams. Uh, I had a lot of dreams that I'm in a room full of white people. It was the spirits of the people. Your spirit will be the shape of the container it's from. And I'm front line right side. And it's like an army. And I can look over my left shoulder and see there's a bunch of us in this room. That's happened many times. Someone in a white military uniform in the beginning of, first dream I had was about the bridge. On another night, they come and took me to their world. And when the first of it, I thought I was in some kind of vehicle, a car. And I could tell there was no gauges, there's no dash, there's no buttons, there's no levers. And this guy in this white military uniform sitting about 3 foot on my left side. And I'm looking at him and I'm trying to get my eyes up above his shoulders where I can see what his head looks like. And I couldn't. Then I look forward and it's like I'm looking out the window and I'm watching the sun come up on another world. We started moving, and as the sun come up, it warmed the ground up and steam was coming up, and we were like inches above the ground, moving really fast. And it's been raining, and there were some low spots that had puddles of water. And the pilot was going right straight for those puddles of water and hitting it and vaporizing it, and turn around and come back and show me what they done.
Bro, you're locked up again. The people that all of our friends in the chat are like the ABCs are working overtime tonight. Trust me, they're definitely working overtime tonight. Yes, so you just keep on going. I'm unless they kill my machine, we've got a recording tonight. All right, so you just keep on going.
Oh, the terrain looked like white rocks, big rocks, jammed tight together. Low areas would hold water. The creeks and rivers, the water was clear. And we're moving really fast, and we come up on these things, and I'm going to call them landing pads. They would make you think of a pyramid. Instead of having flat walls, they had curved walls. And these pyramids were probably like 20% tall. So it was really flat on top of it. And this had to have been a landing pad for these flying saucers my friend showed me these pictures of. We went over the first one, went up in the air, dropped down. It's like riding a roller coaster. Dropped off the back of it, hit the other one, went off up in the air, come down, went off the back of it. And I could look to the right, and I seen ancient ruins, look like adobe dirt, bricks. And come up on this area where looked like mountains, trees, a waterfall. And the waterfall, the river that run from it, came out from the mountain about 400 or 500 yards, curved back into the mountain. There was like a little island up against it. Well, there was a building there, and we landed in front of this building. And they take me out of this thing, and we're going to the building. The door opens up. I remember looking to the left, and I seen what looked like 3 people vibrating really fast. And I think they were doing that to deceive my eyes what they truly looked like. I went into the front the door straight across the room, turned left, took me into another door, and they set me down. And there was something in a corner, about 55 square feet of it, and I'm thinking these were eggs, blue eggs. And well, it looked like little caterpillars inside these eggs, and they had spikes on their head like the Statue of Liberty. And I about freaked out, man. I said, shit, I got to get back to that damn flying saucer that brought me to this place. I got to go. I don't want no more. I took off running, pushed the door open, and I see the flying saucer right there, and I'm running to it, and I got about halfway to it. This animal from out of nowhere, man. I didn't even see him, but I could hear when he's growling and barking at me, I could feel his voice going through my body. That scared the crap out of me. I turn around and run back into the building I just left out of, and I run into that female alien, and it was like, bam, I wake up. It's like a sperm from a human or an egg from a female. They take it up in space and inseminate it with something. Once the baby is born or the child's born, they got to meet the Earth parent, because the Earth parent's got a spirit or a soul, and it has an aura around them, and that aura has to overlap that child for it to be complete, to where it can make it up there. I think that might have been the reason why they put me in front of them things. She said something about her children in the forest one night, and I'm thinking this is what she was talking about, and it got to be had a lot to do with me. I think there may be clones made of me, and when they pull my spirit, that clone receives the spirit better if it's made from me. I have hands and eyes to do things, and it's military. It's
here's what I want to do, Derrell. I want you to swipe your screen one more time because you're locked up. Okay? And in that process, I also want to go over here and I want to show everybody the lady. I want everybody to see. I want them to see her, okay? So we're going to go from the Black Hawk. I'm going to show them the description of her, right? So we're going to go here and get everybody used to seeing that. So you told them this is you. What am I looking at?
Oh, actually, I can't see the picture you're showing.
Can you see it now?
Nope, I just see me and you, and you're above me, and got some other stuff underneath it here. Buttons I don't know.
Okay. What we're looking at is the girl with the dog. Literally, that's you gotta be kidding me. Hang on.
If y'all can see, okay, that photo there is to train your eyes what you're fixing to be seeing in the next photo. It's this female leading an animal through the forest.
I'm gonna reshare my screen. Okay, that's
what. There it is. I can see it now.
Can you see that?
Yeah. Now that right there, I made that to train. Because people don't know what they're looking at when I'm showing them this stuff.
All right. Well, you're not gonna see it now because I'm gonna reshare my screen. Okay. I'd rather have you. So right there, you should see the same image. Okay. So I'm gonna go over and we're gonna scroll over one image right here, and we're looking at here. Right.
Yep.
All right.
That's the thing that's visiting me. I've seen it from behind. It's got wings, big 5-inch circle on each wing. It's got a big abdomen like a moth does. Yeah, that there. And a lot of people say, man, that's blurry. Well, this is not Hollywood. This is the real wood. This is exactly what it looks like when these things manifest in the trail ahead of you. It affected the entire area all around. There's something else on the left side of this photo, like a big old orb up close to that tree. Yeah, right there where your little thing right there. Yeah. And that same orb, 3 weeks ago, me and my buddy was at New Harmony Cemetery about 11 o'clock at night, and I was seeing a patch of fog in the back corner back here, and I kept telling him about it. We went back there, and I got a photo of that same orb. Without the alien.
Without the girl. That girl, bro's got a name. It wasn't the name I thought it was, but Christopher Peoples brought through Helia, Helia, Helia. I think that's interesting at all get out. George over says a line shadow. Christopher B responding to somebody says I don't think that clones have a spirit. They're talking about cloned beings, I think, in the chat right now.
Yeah, well, I don't think clones have spirits, but if that clone's made from you, they can pull your spirit when you're sleeping, and they put you in it.
Very, very interesting, homie.
Things I'm doing, I'm thinking I'm doing military. I was with them one night in a huge, big old flying saucer. They're always behind me. And the floor turns clear and I can see Earth. And next thing I know, there was bullets coming up or missiles or laser beams that looked like tracers. And these things were fast. We moved backwards and went up to keep from getting hit. We did get hit, and someone that I cared for on this ship, I cried and cried and cried because they were killed in this attack. And not long after that, I started having dreams that I'm stepping out of a portal and attacking men in military uniforms. And I had no mercy on these guys. And it was like 3 one day, and another time was 1, and another time was 1. And another time, I think it was my spirit was at war. It was like I was in a desert somewhere. There was some kind of military base there. I go in this building, and I could see it was like some kind of technical place. There's no one in there. But in the middle of the room, there was this round thing like a well, concrete well curbs, and down in the middle of it, they had like propane tanks or something with wires running to them. And I reached up there and started breaking stuff off this thing and throwed it on the floor because I knew the things I'm hunting for, I can't see them until they move. So I run back out the door. Got about 15 steps from the door, and I turned around and I charged back in there. And these things I was seeing looked like smoke, about the height of a man, white smoke with gray streaks in them. I grabbed the first one, and it killed him when I touched him. And the other 2 was over there trying to repair the thing that I just got through tearing up. And I run over there between the 2 of them and grabbed both of them. And man, it's like it was over. I turned around, went out the door. Next thing I know, bam, I'll wake up. Yeah, Yeah, I think I'm really doing this kind of stuff.
I got Tammy Bonham asking a question in the chat, and she's asking, do you think, again, I don't even think that, Tammy, I don't think that he really even understood the astral state, but she's asking you, Derrell, if you think that you're fighting in the etheric plane. Do you think you're battling people in the astral state, the multidimensional state? Because it's obviously not, it's not physical, right? But yet you come back with physical ailments.
It's when they pull your spirit and put it in that clone, it could be as real as life as I'm living right now. I know that it's like those times that I think I'll get killed in combat. Is that I feel like let's say, for example, they come get me and I'm asleep and my clone's on the backside of the moon. There's a conduit or a thread from my body to that clone. They pull a percentage of my spirit. I don't know the percentage, but let's say if it was 30%, they pulled it. And if I get killed in combat, that 30% vaporizes. But when I wake up, I'm 70%. And it takes me like 2 to 3 hours to generate back up to 100%. It's like time's moving slow. It's like I'm drugged for half the day, when this happens. And, I'm still learning what's happening to me.
You're locked up again, bro.
Okay.
Mr. George Overton, let me try to chime in on what he's saying. And the way he writes things is kind of hard for me to read it, but I'm going to try. He says, so funny. If people only really knew all of the things around us, some people see things and hear things all of the time, mostly on drugs. Well, test of the mind. So super soldiers pushing forward and pushing our mind into so many ways. That's all that this really is. Just mind control. With all good intentions to go where no man has gone before. It's really interesting.
Yeah. I'm in it, man. I'm in something over my head. And I probably volunteered for this in a past life. I was told.
Let me read it. Christopher Peebles also says, is responding, do you think that it's possible that you're battling in the astral? Asks Tammy. And Christopher chimed in, says that the astral is literally the radio static between cause plane nodes of each interaction of you and each interaction of the beings around you that interact with you. Very, very interesting. I've asked permission to help with Derrell speaking his truth without internet interruptions. So let's just see how things go and see how the reality responds, says Christopher. Thanks, bro. Definitely appreciate that.
Thank you.
You know, Derrell, your story, man, I would literally love to have, but I don't want to push the envelope, okay? I don't want to push you to the boundary because of what you go through. I don't want to push the boundary of saying, hey, Christopher, will you channel Helena for Derrell? Will you I mean, I don't know. I don't know how far to push this specific talk. I don't know. I don't know if it would be a good thing for you, Derrell, or not. I don't know.
Let's put it this way. I can deal with it.
I can deal with it. Daryl's like, bring it on, baby. But see, I don't know.
I've been groomed all my life for this day.
Christopher, if you have, I'm just out of curiosity, man. We've got like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We'll go for as long as let's just go for 2.5 hours. Right now we're creeping up on the 2-hour mark. Christopher, if you would like to, or you have got it in your heart, the ability to bring her forward for Derrell, that would really, really, really be an interesting conversation to hear Derrell talk to the entity that's confronting him, to talk to the entity that he's taking pictures of. I think that would be absolutely the icing on the cake.
I've talked to her. More like that night, I said all them bad things to her. Cut me 8 times. I was bleeding. That sore stayed on my arm for like a week and a half. It stayed sore, you know. So other things I've seen too is it's like they pull my spirit and I go straight up to the roof, and this night I peered into a long hallway, a long white hallway, long white dirty hallway, but it was. And I'm going clockwise in this thing. I think it's a huge flying saucer. I can see through the first door a table and something laying on the floor. Well, I'm floating down the hallway and I pass another door. Look in there and seen some tables. And third door, I think, we go into it. And I can see the length of the room, all these tables. And we come back in the hallway and I seen what was about 8 55-gallon barrels full of human legs and arms. And,
this story. This is the story that like makes me shiver, bro.
You know, there were like 3 full bodies thrown on top of this, and one of them was sitting down in it, the barrel. It had worms in it, maggots. And I looked at this person in the eyes, and he looked like he was still alive. Looked like he had life in his eyes. So that might have stripped the spirit out of him. But, you know, I wake up, I was 30 years old when I had that dream. And the reason the hallways were dirty is because these people, you know, using the bathroom and stuff. They're loading them, running them through there like cattle. I'm from Texas, man, and I've dealt with cattle. When you load a cattle trailer up, they're crapping the floor and halfway up the walls. Well, this is what this hallway was. Another night, about 10 years later, I think I'm back in the same hallway. But this time when I peered in it, I looked up and there was this guy. I don't guess the hallway had gravity in it. And he was floating on the ceiling facing down, and he's done bloated and swelled up like he'd been that way for a week. Didn't have any eyes in his head. Man, I tried to squat down to get away from him. And next thing you know, I'm going to the first door. Well, on this first table, there was this little old lady. She's really old. And she sees me. And this lady was using the restroom on herself and was running down her legs and leaving footprints on the floor as she's coming to me. But I could see beyond her the other tables that had sheets covering something underneath them sheets. And I'm thinking, after giving it a lot of thought, these might have been the people that they took their arms and legs off of. And probably the reason why they done that is to keep them from kicking and pulling, because they probably had eggs planted in them. Because the bumps that was underneath these sheets, you could tell it wasn't going to be pretty, and I wake up from that. Now, I don't know if this alien that I'm dealing with is doing this shit or she's telling on somebody else.
Thank you.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, man. I'm telling Robert, my buddy Robert, I appreciate the stars, bro. Thank you for. Everybody's enjoying this conversation with you, man. It's really, really fascinating. So again, Derrell, thank you for doing this, and thank you for having the time to share this story with everybody.
It's an honor that you sit down and listen to me.
Of course, bro.
They're meant to be shared.
No, Christopher Peebles says whenever he's tried to call the broadcast for Halia, it says that there is no show scheduled, and that's right. And the reason why is because I did not have the switchboard. I did not start the switchboard. I wanted to make it specifically you and I, and I wanted to give it time, right? I wanted to get your story out fully before any trolling started, before any calls started, before, you know what I'm saying? So give me 1 second, Christopher. And I don't even want to use TalkShoe. I don't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and copy this invitation here. And there we go. Get that out of the way. And Christopher Peebles, I'm going to drop this in the chat here, okay? This should be the Zoom meeting itself. So you guys got the meeting ID. It's got all of the dial by location. Anybody that would like to participate with Derrell, ask him questions, talk to him, whatever you guys would like to do besides troll him. I mean, there's no reason for trolling. Okay.
They're easy, dude.
Oh, dude, I'll let the brainiacs deal with the trolls. I mean, a troll really doesn't last too long up in the Matrix. I'm just telling you, they don't. These guys don't put up with that bullshit.
What's going on is a friend of mine, he has some cows, and got an 18-foot trailer. We load 6 cows up in it, take them to the sale. And I go to this auction, and I'm watching these cows. I can see the fear in their eyes, fear in the baby's eyes. Well, there's catwalks above this arena, and I can look down, and you can see all these cows going through these different stalls and round circles and stuff. A thought went through my head, like, is there a place like this for humans? And I mean, it wasn't maybe like 2-3 seconds later, the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life went through me. It was sickening, horrible. I ain't never felt that emotion since then. Well, when I get back to the place, to the field, we got to clean out the trailer. And when you open up the back of that trailer, it's like a long box. And it reminded me of that hallway I seen in that dream.
Right.
And I'm crap off the floors. I'm spraying the crap off the walls. And finally, I started thinking, that's what that dream was about. That's why the hallway was dirty. Because there's no restroom. Then another night, I was it's like I wake up and I'm standing by a table, and I look around. I see other people. They had no clothes on too. I look down. I had none on.
You naked. You naked.
What the hell is going on?
Right.
I walked down. I got up against the wall behind another table. Well, I was in a flying saucer, and in the middle of this room, there was like an alien gray. And this thing looked back over his left shoulder right straight at me. And when he turned his head, there's people standing in there with their arms beside him looking straight up. some people down on their knees, their head down, and some people had down on their knees and their forehead was on the floor. That thing had every one of them paralyzed.
What the hell?
Across the room, there was a doorway. And as soon as that thing turned its back on me, I took off running to that doorway. And just before I got to that door, I heard these words clear as day in a woman's voice. They just committed ritualistic suicide. Well, I didn't face me. I kept moving. And I run in there and I see two people laying on the floor dead on the right side. And there's a big pile of clothes in the middle of the room on the left side. So I'll go over there and get on top of that pile of clothes and grab me a pair of blue jeans. And I put them on, and I could tell that they had like 3 or 4 holes in each leg. These were just about wore out. I zip them up, button up, and stand up and fix to take off running again. And next thing I know, it's like I get paralyzed, and I started falling backwards. And I was scared that I was going to hit my head on the floor. And, you know, and I wake up the next day. Yeah, that happened. I know that one alien had everybody in that room paralyzed.
This is the thing that scares a lot of people when it comes to like alien. Here's the anybody that I've ever heard talk to me about being abducted, the abduction experience, it always starts with what we know as paralysis state. And that paralysis is so, there again, you and I have had conversations off air where you said that if I was not in that paralysis state, somebody would be getting their ass kicked. And I get it. I get it.
Yeah, that's right. It's because we're much stronger than they are. I mean, one hit my fist, break his neck, probably crack his skull. Closest I got to doing fighting with them is that night behind my truck. But I kept blacking out. Yeah. I had him in a headlock. My finger was in his eyes. And, man, I did not want to go in that black thing behind me, because I think that when I go in that black thing, that's the place where I go where the damn nightmares come from. Pretty bad. But maybe I just need to toughen up.
I just try to.
You got to build up to this slowly, because you dump a person that has no idea about it, they'll get under the bed with a gun and never come out. Hide. So they had to. They're letting me know a little bit at a time that I'm in this, and they're coming back. They are coming back. I need better equipment. I could get Milbauer Star Team to come out here and set their stuff up. About 6 months, they'll have some stuff.
Bro, they won't touch you because you're too real. I'm just saying, you are too real, so MUFON will want nothing to do with you.
I'm just, that's when I quit asking for help.
Well,
all I got was led down the road and let down.
Derrell, say hello to Christopher Peebles, who is your channel or your conduit to your entity.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear him, Derrell?
No, sir.
You should be able to hang on a second. You should be able to hear Christopher. You definitely should.
You hear me, Matt?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I can hear you. There you are.
I do.
All righty. Derrell, say hello to Christopher.
Hello, Christopher.
Hello, Derrell.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I'm out of this conversation, yo. I am just gonna lock Derrell on. Derrell, say something again. I'm gonna lock you on the screen.
I'm here, bro.
Hang on. Okay. So I'm gonna lock you onto this screen here, bro. Or I try to.
Iyan kere salangar sinanga yando yande iyan ala siringa and.
All right, Derrell, hang tight, man.
Sounds like Indian.
That was called vibrationally aligning the vehicle. Hang on a minute. Hang tight. This will be this will be interesting for
We
you,
have
Derrell.
routed. We have chosen a vocal transmission method. We have chosen a vocal archetype or way of speaking with which to communicate, a sort of voice that goes with the name and the type of archetype of who this being is that speaks with you now.
I'm assuming that this is Halia. Halia?
Helia.
Helia.
Yes, this is as close as we can get in this moment to a dialogue at this time.
Derrell, welcome to the entity. This is your girl.
Thank you. Thank you. All knowledge is appreciated. Any direction for me to know, I appreciate it. I don't know it all, but I do know something's happening. And
Yes.
don't know why they chose me. Yeah, it had to be. I'm pretty sure this female alien knew I was conceived on this earth before Mom and Dad knew that they were pregnant. Mom was pregnant with me. I feel confident in saying that. Now, I can't prove it. It's just something I feel
Yes.
deep down inside. I think I may have lived before as I'm living now. And if I fly right and get my heart right with God, I will live again.
Yes.
I think there's fixing to be a big battle. Not only this battle will kill flesh, this battle's going to kill souls. You don't come back when you lose that. You ain't reborn no more.
Yes.
I'm in some kind of army. We're all white. I know that if they pull your spirit from your body, a high percentage of it, it will look like your body. Your spirit will be the shape of the container it comes from. I know I'm right when I say that. And I'm in a room full of these people. A bunch of us.
Yes.
This is something to do with military. It's got something to do with military. My dad was in the military, did 4 tours in Vietnam. That man was my hero. I got a lot of respect for my veterans. I'm from the South, and I got respect for my Southern veterans too. And police, had a stepdaddy was a policeman. He was the coolest looking man when he come in. Then we'd take me fishing, hunting. We skinned rabbits and fish, and he was Native American Indian. He taught me a lot. And so I got a lot of respect for the military and police. They're my heroes, and they always have been.
Derrell, do you got any questions for Halia?
Tell Halia I'm ready for the next one.
You just did.
I'm ready. Let's do it. I've been training for this, whatever it is.
The idea of a smile is conveyed.
She's smiling? Oh.
Yes.
She called me Taterwinkle. Is that the name that she gave me? Sounds like a name that your mom would call you. I remember when I had 2 daughters, and I had a brown blanket, and I wrapped one of them up in a brown blanket, and I looked at her and said, "You look like a little potato." The shape of her body and stuff, with a little face sticking out. And so.
Yes.
This thing, she likes me, man. She's protected me. I had this guy he just got out of prison, and threatening to beat me up again, wanting to beat me up because I gave him a spanking in front of his mom and dad. He left me no other choice. And I don't know where I'll come out with these fighting skills I used on him that day. It's like I had them from the past life. But I made a fool out of him. Well, he didn't want to get even me for a long time over that. Kept threatening and stuff. And I have this dream, this female alien comes, gets me, and takes me to his house. And we're out there in the front yard. and he's looking at it, and it's looking at him, and he looks at me, and his nightmare begins. Well, about 2 months after that, I go visit some friends of mine, Debbie and Ralph, which they're kin to him. They said, yeah, he came over here the other day, and he said he had a nightmare the other night. Which, about a couple months after that, I run into him, and he's got a better attitude, and he started telling me about that dream he had. And he said, Derrell, I seen you in my dream. And yeah, she said, he said, you told me in that dream I can't beat this thing. And he said, that's when my nightmare began. So
Yes.
she went after him and changed his attitude towards me.
Let me do me a favor, because I truly don't believe that Derrell, Helia, I don't think that your contactee truly understands what's going on. So let me mediate this, okay?
Understood.
Derrell, here. All right, I'm going to ask something for you to your conduit, okay? Do you mind me asking for some questions for you?
Yes, sir. Please do.
Helia, I'm not going to, I can't speak for Derrell, but I'm speaking on behalf of Derrell, and that is this. What for what reason did he, and is he, the method of contact for you or your species?
One of them, yes.
One of the contactees. For what reason? For what reason makes Derrell special to be a contactee?
Because he trusts in the will of the Creator. He is close to the truth, and with this truth, he can lead his fellow man to that truth. And when man sees the truth of ascension and is invited into the bigger family of other souls of God, then there will be the reunion that everyone has yearned for thousands of years.
I believe you. I believe that. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. God, yeah.
A lot like Miss Barbara Borchers said in the chat, you, at this point, Derrell, need to ask her really pertinent questions. Okay? This does not happen often. I'm telling you now, this does not happen often. So if you, any question that you've got, multidimensionally or etherically, now is your chance to ask.
All I gotta say is, I got respect for her. It's an honor to be chosen. I don't know why they chose me. Maybe I volunteered for this, but my end mission is to give God glory for this amazing story. And the same kind of man, the same kind of great man that they talked about in the Bible back in the past. Am I one of them? Am I a prophet? Am I, what they call it, a manservant? Is this for God? I look in the sky all the time and say, God, this ain't for you. I don't care nothing, have nothing to do with it. And it just keeps on happening. Like they're showing me stuff, and yeah. Yeah, I don't know,
Helia,
Yes.
got a question in reference to Derrell, right? Barbara Borchers asks, what is Derrell's mission and or possible timeline? What would be Derrell's mission to be?
I think it's to wake up the sheep. That
Yes.
it's not about this lifetime is what's important. It's about the next lifetime is what's important.
This is preparation.
I think there's something to do spiritually. I think our spirits and souls are in tune with the sounds of our solar system. And the reason that
Yes.
I think we're at a fourth or fifth level now, I think it has a lot to do with the this passing of the Nibiru solar system when it comes through. And if it collides with the planet, it will literally change the sound of our solar system. And that may upset the rebirth situation with the spirits, the reborn situation. And they may have to rework it to get it to work. Where it'll work on its own again. You know, and I don't know if I'm right about that, but I've had a lady, her name is Nita Cobb, Donnie. She's an experiencer too. And she said that something got a hold of her and took her to another world. She said the sky was a different color, but it was beautiful. She said the produce, and everything was in a huge scale. She asked him, where are we? Where is this? He told her, you're in the third planet from the outside in. I think the Anunnaki counts the solar system from the outside in. Then she asked him, wow.
Derrell, you're locked up again, bro. You got a great smile, but I would rather see you moving. There we go. There we go. Okay.
She goes, what is this? And he told her it's home. He showed her a diagram of a solar system and told her to show this to me, that I will be coming to see her soon. And when I seen her, she told me about this vision she had, and she gave me a picture of this solar system. A couple years later, it's like I was in a flying saucer, and these aliens were showing me a solar system. But I could tell this solar system, 1/3 of the center of this solar system was like the asteroid belt that went around ours. It's a big debris field. I think Earth is going to probably fly through this debris field sometime in the future. It's going to be like buckshot hitting this planet, falling stars. I think it's what they were trying to tell in the Bible in Revelations.
This happened at the end of Atlantis, yes?
This has also happened before. A lot of people were erased off this planet many, many times. We're not the first ones who've been here, the smart ones. There's been some other smart ones here too. It's just so long between each time that there's no evidence of it. And I'm pretty sure that whatever they did with us experimental wise, well, 65 million years ago, they had a lot of dinosaurs to do that with. And that could have been where the serpent from the Garden of Eden come from. And so I'm putting all this together, and so there's
those saurians from the dinosaur age are still alive. 800 million of them. They're called the Earth reptilians. They are in a dimension that's a higher plane than yours, and some of them are interacting with their human brethren to learn about them and to give them the wisdom that has been lost as well.
I had this another night that it's like I'm standing in a city, people walking all different directions.
Yes.
And I can put my hands down beside me and pull my fingers back, and I lifted up off the ground about 6 inches. It scared me. I stopped it, I dropped down. I tried it again, I kept at it, and I went up about 3-4 foot. And I quit it and I dropped down. Then I kept at it the third time. And I was hovering up above the ground about 10 foot, going in a circle, looking down at everyone. I hollered at every one of them. I said, hey, look at me, watch me. I kept going up and kept going up, and I could see over the buildings. I could see a big lake out there about the edge of the city. So I fly out over the lake, and it's like when I stop, maybe like when you flush the toilet, the rotation of the water will always go the same direction, and on the other side of the earth, it goes the other direction. Well, I'm thinking this was what's happening to me, because every time I stop, I start rotating really slow, and I can see all the way around me. I look down into the water, and I plunged down into that water, all the way down into the mud, till the mud went up to my knees. I squatted down, looked up, blasted up out of the water, and I'm hovering above this pond, and I'm turning really slow. And when I could see the city again, I started flying towards the city. And I'm high enough that people look like ants running down on the streets. But I seen this one dude that was on a second-story balcony. And I go down to the city, and I go into this doorway, and I come out behind him. And what this thing was a huge, look, reptilian. Had wings on his back, and I'm hovering above his shoulder, about right shoulder, about 3 foot from him, and I can see the horns on the side of his head. And I don't know why I done this. I just reached out there and slapped him, and it was like hitting a rock. And so I reached back and slapped him a little harder, and I made his head rock back and forth a little bit. Then I hit him with everything I had in me. And I knocked his ass out of that doorway out into the balcony, and everybody seen that, and it pissed him off. He spins around and looks at me, and he has blue eyes.
Bro, you're telling stories, but listen, I'm going to let her go. You have no idea what the hell's going on, do you?
I don't.
No, you don't.
But I knew that the rest of the dream, what I'd just done, that I got to get ready to fight anytime. Always got to have a knife or a club or some kind of weapon around me because my life is in danger for what I just done. Then I wake up. You know, so I heard that thing was some kind of Draco. Hell, it might have been the devil. He had hide like an alligator, ram horns, wings on his back, and looked like a bat's wings.
That was one of their Draco royalty.
Oh,
They have wings.
Shit.
Huge. Built like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Christopher, is that you?
Yeah, because Helia left.
I'll bet. No shit. All right. It would have been a perfect time to ask a shit ton of questions. But he has no idea what was going on. I can. That's obvious. He's not not used to what's going on. This is all new to him.
Yeah, like when I seen the flying saucers, I seen the tops of flying saucers 2 times out of a flying saucer.
Yeah.
One time I seen the tops of them between me and Earth, and they were the color. They would remind you of a turtle shell pattern. What the top of these things look like. There was another night we was underneath the ocean, and we raised up halfway out of the ocean, and the water come halfway up on the window. What was beside me was 2 30-foot flying saucers and they also, on the backs of these things, had something that looked like a shark's fin, but it was like made out of smoke. Things were still underwater, and only the tips of them was sticking out. Well, I'm not knowing what's looking at. I'm thinking, hell, them some big ass damn turtle heads sticking up out there. And we raised up out of the ocean about maybe treetop high, and I could look down into the ocean now, and I could see 2 perfect round circles. I said, man, they're the biggest damn turtles I've ever seen in my life. Then we started going up, and I'm looking out that window, and then I could see these other 2 flying saucers come out of the ocean. I watched the water run off the top of them. These were 2 escorts that went with the one that I'm in. Yeah. And I didn't know what I was seeing. You know what I mean? I was like, now if I see it again, I know what's up because I'm aware of this stuff. But when all this was happening, you know, I thought I was having wild, big, crazy dreams, but hell, that shit was real.
Yo, dudes. We're at 2.5 hours coming up. We've got literally a minute left. Christopher, is there any way possibly maybe you can reach out to Derrell? I'll put you in touch with Derrell. Just reach out to him. Maybe help him a little bit.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you can just, like a friend request or whatever. That can work.
Are you on Facebook?
He is.
Yep.
Bro, because you have no idea what just happened. Yeah, truly you don't. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
Christopher,
because I've met this being as well in the dream state.
And
I thought it was a butterfly being. But a butterfly is similar to a moth.
All right.
Does it have circles on the wings?
Well, I'm vision impaired, so I don't know.
Oh, because these circles was about 5 inches diameter circles. I can that for sure.
Bro, Christopher has got about 95% vision loss of vision. Okay, but I'd say 90%. Chris, what is it? 90?
It's like, yeah, pretty much.
So he's able only to see 10% of your world, Derrell. He's blind, bro.
I feel bad for him, man. Maybe I'll ask my friend to help him with his sight. Maybe she could. Maybe she could perform miracles.
That was really sweet of you, bro. I'm serious. That was really fucking awesome for you to say.
I would rather have the power to heal than the power to kill.
That is absolutely amazing. I'm
Yep.
I am so glad that you said that. For real.
Man, you know, I'm trying to work for God.
Chris,
I'm trying.
do you got anything to say, buddy? Before I let you go, and we're gonna wrap this up with Derrell. I thought it was a great opportunity for him to chime in, and actually have the opportunity to talk to that entity. But maybe another time, bro. He didn't get what was going on.
I appreciate you,
Yes.
sir. Everything. Thank you. Appreciate you. And, oh yeah, I want to talk to you again some more. There's other things happen too, you know, that I can tell you about.
Yeah.
All right,
You know, so
Christopher.
Good luck.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna let you go, bud. All right, and I'm gonna wrap this up
All right.
up with him again. Thank you, bro. I really am serious. I appreciate you calling in and talking with Derrell. Okay.
thank you. Appreciate you
Yes,
doing
sir.
that too. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. All right, Mr. Derrell. I'm gonna wrap it up with you, buddy. Do you got anything at all good to say to humanity before we wrap this up with you, bro? Because it's been a really, really good interview, and I thank you for real for being with me this 2.5 hours, bro. Really, thank you.
I'll leave it with this. I'll give God the glory for my amazing life story. And I feel like something's going to happen. It wouldn't hurt to prepare with extra water and food. You know, think about a battle plan in case things go crazy. Because here in America, I'm watching the news and all the crazy stuff that's happening. There's only worse going to come from this. You know, you do dumb things, you win dumb prizes. And it's fixing to be awakening happening over here. I feel that strong. But you know, it's not about this lifetime. It's the next lifetime that I need to be worried about. Maybe all the rest of us too. And you know, I guess that's the best thing to say is that right there. I'll leave it at that. And
Derrell?
I want to do this again too with you. I enjoyed talking to you, sir. You did good.
You did good. See, I told you there's nothing to worry about. These people, the majority of everybody up in here, bro, they have got your back. I'm telling you right now. Okay? A troll usually doesn't last too long up here with these brains. Okay? I'm just telling you. I mean, before I even have the time to like smash block, these guys are like, pack your shit, you don't belong, get out, yo. Trust me, they'll be all right. Derrell, again, thank you, man, for your interaction. Thank you for being you. Again, everybody, I'm going to share whatever you sent me, Derrell. Pay attention to the website. I will literally dedicate a damn that gallery in dedication to you. Okay, the Milbauer Milbauer photo gallery dedicated to you, because we don't have a gallery on the website. We don't. And
On.
for real, man. Thank you for sharing what you shared.
Yeah, well, what I told you is real. I ain't making up nothing.
What you shared, I believe you. All right, have a good night, Mr. Derrell. We're out of here.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Derrell. All right, man. Mr. Derrell. Holy smokes, man. Absolutely fabulous talk. Fabulous. God, I'm fabulous. Oh, boy, Brainiacs. Mr. Derrell Milbauer. Contactee. I can't. I won't even say abductee. God, it's just astral experiencer, multi-dimensional, blah, blah, how, with photographic evidence. Absolutely crazy, but I love it. Absolutely love it. Mr. Christopher Peoples, thank you for becoming that conduit and allowing that Helia to come through. I'm not quite sure. I will put you in touch with him and see if we can't like just help him all along here. All of this is new to him, but yet not new. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Interesting evening. Everybody take care of yourself. Take care of one another. All of you ABCs that's tuned in tonight was really messing with the channel. Look, man, you know that you're part of the problem. If you know about the problem and you do nothing to fix it, shame on you. Shame on you. All right. With that being said, everybody, enjoy your weekend whenever you catch up to it. It is 12:48 a.m. here in the great state of Ohio. Here in the bunker of the Matrix. You guys take care of yourselves as well as everybody else. See you on Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock West Coast Hate Time. You guys be good. Turn it up on the way out of here. Let's go right out, Braid. Bye. Yeah. Let's do this. Welcome aboard the Matrix Minds. One of the most controversial conspiratorial shows on the web, the Matrix Minds. And that's right. Buckle up, everybody. Let's go. Paranormal, huh? Conspiracy, huh? Ufology, hidden Egyptology, and anything and everything we can get our hands on. Let's go. Welcome aboard. The Matrix Minds. The Matrix Minds. Your show.
Take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole is. All I'm offering is the truth. Stay in Wonderland. All I'm offering is the truth. Stay in Wonderland. All I'm offering is the truth.
Yo, my friends and family in the military, no doubt. Just wanted to shout out to you guys right real quick, let you know each and every single one of yo, men, women, whatever species you may be. Look, man, support you. You guys are our warriors. So ain't never gonna stop saying that. That is, unless you like come to my door, drag me out, beat my ass, and I don't know. That ain't gonna happen. We're good. Guys, once again, man, appreciate you for being with me. No doubt about it. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. If you guys got the opportunity, please, I'm asking everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please, okay, smash that subscribe button tonight. Each and every one of your guys' subscriptions add up. We might only have a handful of you, but you do add up. All right? Just wanted to let you know that we do appreciate you. We support you. This is your broadcast. We are 100% listener supported, like viewers and listeners of your own selves. You guys take care of yourselves. Enjoy one another. Peace out. Good night, everybody.